So what are we covering today in terms of years? Ooh, excellent. Let's do it. Okay, so we're now in episode 9 with 2021 and 2022 sessions for Planet Cool Music. And that was those 2 years, this year and last year, because it's 2022 right now, in July of 2022. Good, really good sessions. That's probably one of my best. They were my best sessions, especially this year. But a lot of good songs from that year, and it just, everything seemed to start to click with doing the drums, doing the stages that I do, where I start with drums, I start with then some guitar tracks, then work out some lyrics, and then work out with the guitar solos, the bass. Once I had that, I had the foundation to put the final melodies in, and then mix it all up, and then it goes into the world. So it was a 2021 was really good. There were some really good moments on that one, like Lady Grooves, Metal Medicine, which was written by Stephanie Boone Sagansky, my wife. But Stephanie Boone totally wrote those lyrics for Metal Medicine, and it turned out great. I was really happy with the results of that, and a really solid song. And then we had, Metallic Butterfly. She's My Rock and Roll Angel, which really turned out, that's one of those songs where you had no idea that it was going to come out the way it did. And when it got mixed and I played it, I'm going, wow, that really turned out good. So it's a huge highlight for me on that one too. So I kind of did 2021 in 2 phases. The second phase that ended up being the Sabs, which is a really great song, really heavy, very heavy rock type sound, and then just right into your gut. And then there's, of course, Hammer Tongues. We'll never play that live, but boy, did that turn out really good, and something to check out. It's a really good song. Came from a line that Rob Halford from Judas Priest put in his book. And it was, he termed to coin the phrase "hammer tongues." I thought that's a good title about relationships and stuff. And then there was a song that was inspired by my wife, Stephanie, but it wasn't her lyrics, but it just came from that idea. When Things Were Good, that was the first song that I did with the Yamaha drum kit that I got, and just experimenting with the recording of the sounds and stuff, and it came out really good. Kind of like an acoustic, very slow build, and then at the end it's kind of like that build up, and then boom, right in there with the guitar solos and everything that Planet Cool's known for, and I'm known for after 40 years. So very, very important song, and really good song that was solid all the way through, which I would be willing to do live, actually. It's that good of a song to do live too. It would work too. So, and of course, when you're doing a bunch of songs, of course there's some that don't turn out the way you want them to. Like Stupid didn't really turn out the way I'd like it to have gone through. Just Wanna Scream turned out good. What if I would play that live? I don't know. I'm not sure, but it turned out okay. Definitely Sun God, Terminal Plunge, good songs, but it was a build up to other things that were going to come into play for 2022 to do better. So I find when you write 20 songs, maybe there'll be 5 or 6 that, but you had to try it. You had to put it out there, and that's the key. You got to just keep writing and keep putting it out there and seeing how it comes out. And you work at it, and sometimes it clicks and sometimes it doesn't. It's all these other songs too that you hear from other bands. And if you look at the bands that I like Kiss, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Triumph, Rush, and so on, AC/DC, if you look at their discography, it's like maybe 160 songs maximum sometimes, or 200 songs. If if you look at the percentage, usually you'll see their set list for live comes out to about 20%, which means 16 of those songs or 20 of those songs on their set list is the right percentage of how solid the songs became and grew a life of their own. And that's some of the songs like Fountain of Youth that I did in 2020, that became a life of its own. She's My Rock and Roll Angel totally became a life of its own, as long also with Lady Grooves, all had a life of their own after, and good songs to play live too. So anyways, so with 2022, it was basically it was a build up to all the things that I've learned from 2018 to now. And I had built it up in November of 2021 to do the drums first. Got the drums, did the guitar riffs, then went into the bass, and then started working on melodies of the vocals. And that turned out really well. That process seems to work. Now, there is no rules and there is no, rigid thing that I do. So, like next year I'm going to do drums and melodies with vocals, with the lyrics all being written now. I'll just work into that, but it's a combination of all of it, and trying different things, including in the mixing and the way you mic the drums, the way you mic the amps. So actually, one of the songs that I did this year, I decided to use the Marshall amp and mic the Marshall amp instead of going like a direct in with a little USB component. So I thought that was different to try out and see what happens. So many highlights to 2022 in terms of the writing and just the songs themselves, like Mr. Creep, Devil Bitch, the 22 Nights. Then there was Ageless Hearts, which is a 9-minute song, because I wanted to do a 9-minute song made in style, and that worked out great. I was really proud of that. The 2 instrumentals I did, Rotten Cathedral and the Viking March, turned out great. One song that I'm really, really happy that it's getting plays, but also I got out there, was Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of the Complete Truth. Really great song. It was inspired by everything that was going on out there, and I had to put a song together. The lyric video is incredible. I love it. I love how it came out. The song itself came out perfectly. Then the songs that my wife did, Stephanie Boone, did a lot of lyrics this year and did a lot of songs for me this year. In Flight, Inject, Solid Death, which is actually going to be a standard in the live portion of, it's kind of a weird song, and Solid Death has got that groove, but also it's short. It's very short. I wrote a lot of short songs because I thought, why not? One song that I did that I thought was really interesting to write, and it worked out great, was 215. Basically, in Canada, we found a whole bunch of unmarked graves and kids, Indigenous kids who were found that were, dead, of course, and they were found, their unmarked graves and where they were buried, and I thought, this is it. We got to write about that. We got to write about the horror of that, and that's what 215 is. 215 will never be past 18. Great line, and the music turned out so good. I was so proud of that, and it is getting plays, which I'm really glad. Church of Tone, of course, had to have fun with that. It's a rock thing, the Church of Tone, so that turned out really good. Misunderstood, probably the most unique and different song that I ever did. It has piano, and it's got a blues but rock edge to it. So so many good ones, and especially Ironclad. Now, here's one song I did not expect to get a lot of plays. I got a ton of plays for Ironclad. It is a great song. It's heavy. It's got everything that I want. I actually listened to it the other day, and I'm going, that actually turned out really good. So, really proud of that one. So, check it out. Check it out on YouTube on the Planet Cool channel, and the link is below. Check those songs out. They're really good. Biggest lessons that I learned was, working slowly, working in different parts and making sure things were mixed properly, and just getting the the song itself right. You know, I think this was the year where I really made sure the majority of the songs were really, you know, out of 18 songs, I'd say maybe 3 didn't really work out all that great, which is fine. That happens. I mean, you write 10 songs, you know that 3 of them, 4 of them are not going to be that great, or they're going to be mediocre, but you tried it and you put it out there. So that's what it's about. You got to keep writing. Just keep writing and keep making it happen. And for Planet Cool Music, and for me myself, 2022 solidified that I'm on the right track. I'm going to get better with everything that I'm doing, vocally, lyrically, everything. And that's why 2023 is going to be really, really a unique year, because the music's going to be really good, with, of course, the documentary. But more importantly, some of the stuff I've been doing over the summer for 2022 will be released in 2023, like the Revive songs, Refresh. You'll hear in episode 10, when I get to that episode, I'll explain more. But generally, I think I tried to get the message out to where I'm at lyrically and what I'm thinking about how everything works out in the world. And it turned out good. And playing wise, I think my playing was 10 times better than the last previous years. Vocally, I was probably the happiest with the vocal results this year. That was the biggest plus. And the drumming. My drumming got better. So totally proud of this one. 2022 is going to be one of those years where I'll say that was a good year, and that was a special year before my 40th year of playing music. So it turned out great. Check the songs out. They're not that bad. And live wise, a lot of these songs are going to end up being live. So I also made that as a conscious effort in saying, can I put these out live? And I can. I will be able to do that. So it was cool. It was great memories. Really, really fun to do this year. Yeah. Okay, so in Boiler Room Studios right now, I am working on the 2023 Revive section, which is basically covers of songs that people know and don't know. Of course, there's the Gordon Lightfoot's Edmund Fitzgerald. I'm doing David Wilcox, Preaching the Blues, B.B. King, Why I Sing the Blues, stuff like that. And here's an example of when I'm mixing and trying to figure out how it's going to sound for Gordon Lightfoot's song. And this is all me. This is all me with the drums and everything. And you'll see that in 2023. Ah, not bad, eh? And then it comes into the verse. Wait, listen to this. Not bad, eh? I love it. This is what it's all about, making it sound really freaking good and different. And this is definitely different. I'm gonna get so nailed from the Lightfoot fans. They're gonna kill me on this one. But whatever. So in Boiler Room Studios, I have a wall behind me when I'm working on mixing and doing all kinds of other things. And these, what you see on the wall, the corkboard actually, is my wall of influence. Ted Nugent at the bottom there, and I've got Chuck Jones above him. And I just have, of course, yeah, Cookie Monster, Waffle House, which I love when I went to the States. And then, Spielberg, Kiss Alive 2 was the album that made me want to play rock and roll for the rest of my life. George Lucas, Seth Godin, their salespeople, Jane Goodall, A.O. Williams, who's a really good leader and inspired me about making things happen. Ray Kroc, I have influences from all over the place and all over the map, but if you look over here, yeah, you got Lemmy, yeah, Ernie and Bert, ZZ Top, Iron Maiden, of course Nico, all different people. And from 2017 to basically now, 2022 and on, The way it works with recording is I do it in stages. I have to. From 2017 to like 2020, I had to do it in stages because there was a lot of chaos in my life. There was a lot of times where I couldn't focus like 3-4 hours at a time. I was doing it in like half an hour or 20 minutes at a time, whether it was drums or it was guitar or it was bass. So I had to do it that way. And it worked out good. It worked out all right. But what it taught me was to work in in snippets and work in little stages, which is why I had to be organized and knowing where all the parts were going to be and have a routine of how I was going to put the parts together in terms of the chorus, the verse, the bridge, but also in terms of, do I do drums first, vocals last, all that kind of stuff. I have changed over time because as I had a little bit more time in 2021, I was able to readjust for that and say, well, now I'm going to do guitars first and then do the drums with the guitar track. So I go all over the place. No rules. Remember, there's no rules in this. You can do it however it feels right for you. And that's how I went up and it ended up doing 4 years, well now 5 years, because 2023 makes it 5 years since Planet Cool Music has been around. So it's been 5 years, and that's how I've done it. I did it all in stages, including the website, including the YouTube channel. Everything was done in little bits and pieces, and that's always my thing to everybody else out there that, you know, is wondering how they can do it. Not big chunks. Try little chunks and baby steps, and you'll get there. I did. Still trying to get there, still learning and still trying to get that other parts of the music stuff figured out. So stay with it. Do little chunks. Make sure that you have a plan and organize yourself so that that plan keeps going forward. And that's how I did it. That's how I got Planet Cool Music off the ground. In terms of 5 years of recording material. Very significant thing happened on August 8, 2022. I decided to get back up on stage again and start playing live again. I played bass that night, and 9 years ago I was playing guitar at a jam night and playing with other people. I was playing a little bit 9 years ago, but with life doing some weird things and chaos and the world going in chaos, it wasn't until this month I was able to actually get the courage and the nerve to go back up on stage. My wife encouraged me, so thank you for that. She encouraged me to get back up there and do it again. And I wanted to. I was just really freaking nervous. And I was nervous. When you watch the videos, you'll see I was nervous. What was more nerve-wracking was playing with other musicians. I hadn't played with other musicians in a long time. So my confidence level and just saying, can I do this and can I do it just as good as they can? I was able to do it, but they were really good musicians, so I learned a lot from them that night too. So that was really helpful and really great. That's a bonus in itself. Playing in front of people, the actual people on the you know, where the tables are at the bar, that didn't bother me as much as being able to keep up with the drummer and just making everything sounding good. So it was great. It was good. I had a good time, and there's going to be many of those moments again in the future, because Planet Cool Music will be going live. There will be live sets done by Planet Cool Music, but also playing with other people and just playing covers and just getting out there and playing again. It's what drives me, and I think it's the last frontier for me. Like I said in a couple episodes, the last frontier for me was to play live and to get back up there. So I did it on August 8th. It's a very significant date in my life anyways, because lots of good things have happened on August 8th in different summers ago. But in 2022, I ended up playing live again. Check out the videos. I have videos of me playing live, so check them out and you know, enjoy. I will be back.